to the channel. In today's video we've got this BMW 1 Series which is looking rather neglected. So today we're going to get it looking nice and clean and shiny again, back to that showroom condition. Let's get into it. Right, so something that we don't normally do in the channel here is a bit of a walk around the car before we start filming. So let's do it today because I think this car is particularly deserving of it. Quite a lot of bird poop marks. The wheels are particularly dirty. Just a lot of traffic film and road film around the whole car. Quite a lot of dirt and grime built up around about the car. And then just to top it all off, we've got the little love hearts drawn on the back. Interior isn't in terrible condition. Leather needs a bit of a tidy up. And then just a general hoover will do. Cleaning up all the door sills. And then in the back as well is actually in pretty good condition, so just a quick hoover and a quick wipe over the leather for that. So with it being such a nice state, I'm going to tackle the interior first and just get that out of the way. Once all the leather's cleaned up for me, I just like to go again with the Koch Chemie Green Star, Koch Chemie, whatever you want to call it, and one of the scrub pads and just get all the dash. And then I'll flip over to the microfiber side to do all this kind of plastics and stuff like that, just to avoid any marking, although they are pretty marked up already, but we'll get everything all nice and cleaned up. Final few bits for the interior now. Just getting over the driver's side. Again, just going with the scrub pad. Get all the kind of interior plastics nice and clean. Now, this car doesn't have a leather steering wheel, so we'll be going and just in on using the scrub pad on the steering wheel as well. Just makes it a bit more pliable and a bit easier to get around. Give it a good clean. With the interior now all done, it was a bit of a slog. Most of it's been filmed in kind of portrait format, so as I can post on Instagram. There will be a few clips in the video, but we're now moving on to the wheels, which are absolutely filthy. So I'm going to be using the Duel Auto Care again, diluted at 1 to 3. I'm going to see how I got on with that, and then if we need to go for something stronger, maybe a fallout remover type one, then we'll do that. Let's dive into it now. I do have a bit of a product mix match going on here. I've got the Duel Auto Care in the bottle, and then I've got Yum wheel foam in my bucket there for some lubrication. Oh man, that's pungent when it catches the back of your throat, so it is. Sheesh! Just while it's dwelling in and around the wheels and going to work, I'm going to just get to work on the tyres, which are immediately very dirty. See how brown they are. And then we're straight in with the barrel brush. I'm actually not even sure what colour these alloys are supposed to be, if they're silver or gunmetal. Now that the wheels are all done with the fallout remover, nice and clean, not very much left on it, just going to get some protection on them before we go into the pre-wash. And I'll be using the Bilt Ceramic Quick Detail Spray. Love this stuff. If you watch my videos, you know how much I love it. 5 squishes on the wheels. And then a quick rinse off, and then that's them protected for a few weeks anyway. Alright then, so with the wheels now nice and clean and protected, only thing I've got to do is the tyres, which we'll do at the very end. We're going to move on to the pre-wash. The car is very dirty, panels mildly hot to the touch, so I'm going to try and break the car up into sections as we go around. Again, we're using the Duel Nitty Gritty at 5:1. This is the leftover stuff from when I done the X3 last week, so that'll do this. As I mentioned before, the car is in a bit of a bad way. I'm going to do it all down one side first, before we move on to the other side. I'm going to let that go to work for a few minutes now before I come in and give it a rinse off. I'm going to do 2 pre-wash stages. I'm going to do a separate snow foam where I'm going to use a more powerful snow foam than just the pH neutral stuff. So we'll do the pre-wash and then we'll do a snow foam pre-wash. Now that I'm finished with the pre-wash phase, in terms of the pre-wash phase, I'm going to go on to the snow foam and just give this car a liberal coating with the Bilt Hamber AutoFoam, not the new one, going with the old trusted AutoFoam here. I'm going to move round the way so that I don't get sprayed. With the pre-wash phase being done, we now move on to the contact wash. For the contact wash, using Garage Therapy Zero Decon shampoo. This car really does need a helping hand, considering we're going to get the tar and glue out and the fallout remover out after we've done the contact wash. No better way than to start it off with the Garage Therapy Zero Decon shampoo. So just a quick one then, while I'm cracking on with the contact wash. I'm actually using a new camera setup today that I'm trialling out because I'm thinking about getting it, and thankfully my friend has one. So can you please let me know how you feel the video quality is, if it's better, if the microphone setup's better. Just let me know what your thoughts are on it. When it comes to the intricate areas on this one, I'm using Garage Therapy Zero Decon mixed up at 10:1 and just getting on with my brushwork. Like to vary between using Zero Decon and the Green Star. Generally I'll use a Green Star if I'm not doing a decontamination, so that I'm not accidentally taking away any protection. This diesel filler cap is particularly dirty, so I'm just going to move the camera away a bit. That's much better. I can get in there now with a bit of cleaner. Just go to town on that and that wee area where any diesel might have ran down there. Nice and clean. When it comes to tar and glue remover, I'm just using my typical generic one that I bought, 5 litres of. Means I can go a little bit more liberal. Now I know there's a fair bit of tar and glue on this car, just because of how difficult the wash in the pre-wash stage was. So I have absolutely no problem with really going to town on the tar and glue remover. When it comes to tar and glue removal, just a microfiber and just rubbing over. Now it's super difficult on a black car because you really can't tell, unless there's hefty chunks of tar, you really can't tell what you're wiping off. And you can see a few wee bits that have came off. I'll get the rest of this off. For the fallout remover phase, I'm going a little bit more mainstream with the Garage Therapy Zero Iron Oxide. I've not got much of this left, so I am genuinely just going to be using it all up here. So the cool thing about the Garage Therapy Iron Oxide is that it actually has elements of the Decon shampoo in it. So you can go ahead and agitate it and it just acts like a shampoo. Now again, with this being a black car, it's very hard to see if there's any fallout on it. I'm just doing one side at a time, just so that nothing's drying out on the paintwork. Then once I've got everything all rinsed off, if you know me, it's one more hit of snow foam. Like I say, this isn't for any kind of washing purposes or anything, this is purely just for flushing out and rinsing purposes, so no dwell time required. You can just get it rinsed straight off. Oh, now that the car's looking nice and clean again, it's time to get it on to the finishing. For finishing today, we're going to be using the Garage Therapy Sigma. This is actually the original version of Sigma. I'm down to my dregs of it, but we're going to use that today. There is quite a few holograms on this car. It could do with a polish, but that's not going to happen today. So for anybody who hasn't used Sigma before, that's pretty straightforward. Few sprays on the panel, prime your cloth. These are the pure fibre cloths that I'm using. I think it's £24 for 40, and it's 40 by 40, 400 GSM. Been using these recently, very nice cloths. So Sigma, pretty straightforward. I'm going to use 2 cloths, 1 cloth to apply, 1 cloth to buff. Sigma, such an easy product to use. So I'm using the low pile side of the microfiber to apply it, and then I'm using the plush side for removal and buffing. now that the protection's done, I'm just going to finish up with a bit of glass cleaner on the inside and out, and then I'm going to wrap it up with some Tyre serum before we go into some before and after final shots. At this moment, I'd just like to say thanks for watching. If you've made it this far into the video, do remember to hit that like button. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button as well. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look